The Charleston County GOP will hold its first congressional district GOP debate tomorrow night in downtown Charleston. I sit down one-on-one with Charleston County GOP Chairman Maurice for a preview of the debate for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on social media. Maurice, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, actually.
Good. So am I.
Yeah, and thank you for allowing me to come to interview you at the last minute, because you were in the middle of writing some things about the upcoming 1st Congressional District GOP debate.
Put anything for Quintin.
Oh, thank you.
So let's be clear about that.
Yeah, thank you.
But no, it's a pleasure. Good seeing you, man. I've been following your stuff, and you've been pretty busy.
Yes.
Interviewing lots of candidates.
Yes.
I see you got some Republican candidates in there as well.
Yes. So.
You're spreading the love. I like that.
Oh, yes.
And you're being fair.
And it's being fair. And I'm doing it with limited resources.
Yeah, but no one does it better than you.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And obviously, you were telling me that you were writing some things about the upcoming debate coming up tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the 1st Congressional District GOP debate, which will feature Nancy Mace, Cappy Landing, Chris Cox, and of course Brad Mould.
Yeah.
Nancy Mace is a current South Carolina House Representative. Cappy Landing is Mount Pleasant Town Councilwoman.
Yep.
Chris Cox is the founder of, obviously, the Bikers for Trump. And of course, Brad Mould does a lot of housing for the town of Bluffton. And of course, you're going to have a lot of moderators there. Tessa Spencer's going to be there. You have panelists such as Kelly Golden with 94.3 WSC, Charlie James WTMA.
Yes, sir.
And now me.
Absolutely. I was wondering if you were going to get to yourself.
Forget about me.
But no. Look, I'm impressed that you, number one, you knew who all of our candidates are, and you knew a little something about their background.
Sure.
And also our panelists and a little something about their background. And we're honored to have you join this very incredible panel tomorrow evening. And I think you're going to add a lot of value to the discussion and the debate.
You talk about that value. What will be the value of the debate tomorrow night?
Well, look, it's the political season. We have 4 candidates vying for that one position to be our nominee for the November general election. It's a seat that went blue for the first time in its history 2 years ago. We want to win that seat back, and we want to make sure we field the right candidate. And the way to do that is to ensure that voters have a chance to hear each of our candidates. All are very top-notch, very fine candidates. But the voters will decide June 9th who or whom they believe will be the best representative for the GOP come November general election.
And obviously, when I called you earlier, you were writing and doing all kinds of things. Emailing people and calling people.
Yep. Getting ready for tomorrow night.
What is it like to be you as the chairman?
It's no difference. It's busy. It's challenging because the key is trying to get an all-volunteer organization to work as if everybody's on payroll, and that's not easy. That's hard, but so far, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
I want to go over to the article from the Post and Courier in which Caitlin Bird wrote earlier today, and it reads this as the headline: "The high stakes in South Carolina's 1st Congressional District. Can Republicans answer?" And I want to break down a portion of that because it relates mostly to this debate coming up tomorrow.
Please, we'd love to hear it.
And reads this, the quote: "The electoral territory along South Carolina's southeastern coastline, with its mix of retirees, veterans, suburbanites, and newcomers, was rare for nearly 40 years. Question: what should those veterans, suburbanites that is, and newcomers in Charleston County expect tomorrow night?"
Well, they should expect to see, first of all, a debate that respects the CDC social distancing requirements. We want to make sure that all of our guests are in a safe and clean environment. It's going to be a very professional layout. They're going to hear 4 exceptional candidates make the case as to why either one of them would be a better representative for them in the first congressional district than the current representative. And I think that's most important. So I think you're going to see each of the candidates, the viewing audience and the live audience, will get a chance to see and hear candidates who will differentiate themselves from the current congressman and from one another, from each other.
Matter of fact, let me talk to you about one of the candidates, Nancy Mace.
Yeah.
Caitlin Bird wrote this, quote, "Where Mace is positioning herself as the candidate with the experience, resources, and national Republican support needed to win, Landing is trying to present herself as the Low Country's conservative, not Washington's. How should Nancy Mace position herself tomorrow night?"
Well, I think Nancy should be Nancy Mace. She is a state representative. She brings to the table a track record that she should focus on, that she should express being proud of. She has been a servant to the people, and so I think she should play to her strength who she is and the challenges that she has endured, and still finding ways to deliver good constituent service to the citizens, not just of her district, but the state of South Carolina.
And Caitlin said this about Landing, quote, "Landing says she's the best candidate to win back the suburban moms Republicans lost." How many suburban moms have the Republican Party in South Carolina, particularly Charleston County, lost over the past 2 years?
Well, I don't know how many suburban moms that we lost over the past 2 years, but I do know we lost Charleston County by a little over 4,000 votes in 2018. Now, Rever, what percentage of that 4,000 plus were suburban moms? I'm not 100% sure. We just have to do a good job at speaking to our values, the kind of values that have made this grand old party the great party that it is. Sidestep negativity, certainly avoid being too negative against each other as Republican candidates, and focus on real issues that the voters are interested in hearing and learning about.
What are the values and issues in your mind?
Well, I think we're the party of free enterprise. We're the party that protects the unborn. We're the party that embraces inclusion and diversity. We're the party that actually was started as a result of a pushback against the expansion of slavery into northern territories. We're the party that actually held the lowest pre-COVID-19 unemployment rate among African Americans. The party that had record gains in the stock market. The party that led the charge in prison reform. And the party that came in and gave life to the concept of opportunity zones to improve disadvantaged neighborhoods and communities across the country.
And let me get back to Landing, because I want to ask this question. What Charleston County suburb mom should Kathy talk to tomorrow night?
I think it's important to speak to the entire district. It's a diverse district. It's a district not with a high African American population, but nonetheless an African American population. Just because this is the Republican primary coming up June 9th, right, there is a general election in November.
Right.
And the time to start speaking to that diverse audience of constituents is right now, not October, not August, but right now. So I think all of the candidates should speak to the entirety of the district and not focus on just one particular interest group of the district.
Speaking of diversity, she said this too about Brad Moe, quote, "As the only African American in the race, Moe said he could expand the Republican base among voters of colors in ways his colleagues could not. How could he expand that Republican base tomorrow night and gain those extra voters of color?"
Well, it's as Tim Scott would say, and as I would say, being a black Republican, our race doesn't automatically increase the interest of African American towards the Republican Party. I mean, we just got to do work, right? We have to show that interests of the black community is indeed a pivotal and important interest of us, and especially of the candidates running to represent people of all color. And so focusing on a black agenda certainly would be a great start. We have many of the same interests that our white counterparts have. You know, we care about the education of our children and grandchildren. We care about quality of life issues. We care about jobs. We care about the economy. We care about having access to capital to grow businesses, small businesses and the likes. So we care about having the right to pursue the American dream. So our values, our interests are basically the same as any other Americans, and to focus on those kinds of values and do so in a very genuine way, I think is the key moving forward.
And let me talk about the last candidate. This is obviously Chris Cox. He said this to the Post-Courier, and also in a recent Facebook Live video, he said this quote, "I'm going to be more like Donald Trump, and I'm going to go after my opponents." What style should he use tomorrow night?
Well, I don't know if anybody can be quite like Donald Trump, right? And actually wear it well and get away with it. I would just be mindful that there are two women that will be on the stage tomorrow, and African American. So how he plans to go after his opponent, I think, is going to be interesting, and I would caution him to be respectful and keep the focus on the issues. And I think he's a gentleman, and I think he would do ultimately just that. And he has a good background to run on as well. I've heard parts of his platform. I think they're good. I think if he focus on what he wants to bring to the district and less on personal attacks, and I'm hopeful and I believe he won't go there. I think the better he will be in terms of his performance and receive tomorrow night.
Let me reread that. I'm going to be more like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
What issues should he align himself with the president?
Well, obviously, he want to talk about the robust economy that COVID-19 literally destroyed, and working hard with the president to reboot that. He should want to talk about staying the course on prison reform, HBCU outreach to minority communities, Hispanic communities, Asian communities, and the likes. Those are the pluses of the president, and his poll numbers are on the upswing as a result of that. I know he's looked upon, viewed upon, talked upon as a racist, but the results of his policy simply does not reflect that at all. It's the rising tide raising the level of all boats, and household income, which matters a great deal, especially to people of color, is on the rise again post COVID-19. So if he focuses on those kinds of issues, the success stories of the Trump administration, I think that would be smart, and he may make some inroads as a result of that.
What newspaper headline do you want to see in Wednesday's paper?
As a result of the debate?
Yes, sir.
Charleston County Republican Party pull off smashing successful debate.
Maurice Washington, thank you so much for your time, and
Yeah.
I got to get ready for the debate and 2 interviews tomorrow. So,
No, but I'm sure you're going to be right. You're going to be
Yes.
tight. And Quintin, I got to tell you,
Yes, sir.
we are honored to have you as one of our panelists.
Thank you.
And this thing is going to flow from South Carolina to California because of the technology we're bringing in.
Sure.
and folks will be able to live stream this thing all over the world. So this is going to be really, really cool.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to it. And
Thank you.
And in the meantime, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome.
Take care.
You too.